Everyone. Today we are going to be looking at Newsela and just talking about how to create a course, how to make sure that students have access to different articles and text sets, things like that, really utilizing the new programs that we have. So far I've just typed into the search bar newsela.com. I then am going to go over and click sign in. And then I'm going to log in with Google. It's just going to take its sweet time. Logging in with Google this way is going to make sure that Newsela can see that I, as a Pottsgrove teacher, can access all of the different features that we as Pottsgrove teachers are able to access. So first, let's start with setting up our classes. So if I go to settings right here, then I'm going to be able to click classes here and come on over to create a class. Okay, I can put in my classroom name. Depends on how you want to do it. If you want to go period by period, that could be helpful. I've definitely done that before. If you want to do it for a full type of class, you could do that. That's really up to you and what you want to do. And then we have the grade level of the class and the subject. Okay, so we fill that out. We don't need to worry about this elementary filter because we are not elementary teachers. The content isn't going to elementary school students. And then we'll just create the class right there. I obviously didn't create the class, but I have these down here as an example. So you can see for each of these classes, it creates a class code that is unique specifically to the class. And this is what I'm going to use to send out to students so that they can join it. So I'm going to click these three little dots over here. And then just so you can see, once I click that, I then have the option to add students. That's where they give me this link. And I can take this and copy it into Schoology, put it in an email, whatever the case may be, to have my students join using this link. Okay, so then I have my classes, they are ready to go. So let's talk about the different features within Newsela, talk about the different articles and the resources within the articles, and then I'm going to show you how to create and see your assignments. Okay, so let's click on this one just for fun, just to see what a typical article looks like really quickly. Each article comes with this drop down option here where you can change the lexile or reading level of it to ensure that it is set for the students that you're teaching. So how do I know what those L's stand for, what that means? If I scroll down here, you can see that under the author and publishing information, it's going to list, nope, you can see it. You can see that it's going to list that this is a text level for 6th grade. There you go. And then like it says, recommended for upper elementary school. Obviously not appropriate for our kids, but it'll change based off of the article that you're looking at. Another feature that we want to point out is this read aloud option. I think that this is a good tool for students who maybe have trouble focusing. I've talked to a lot of students this year who are having issues focusing on reading, and especially if they're going through a certain text that may be challenging. I'm not saying this one. But this option is really helpful, again, for differentiating between the reading level and the ability to have it read to them. I think that this is a great way to differentiate yet again. And then the other thing that I want to show you, which I think is pretty cool, it's brand new this year, is that when I am in the article and I'm going through, if I highlight, which hopefully this is more successful than before, yep, if I highlight a certain section, then this annotation key will come over with my information because I'm logged in with my account. So I can highlight different areas of the text for students and maybe give them directions here, whatever I want to say. Or I could have students, because they have access to this, maybe I want to have them highlight in green the places within this article, or the first event, second event, third, fourth. There are a bunch of different options for this annotation feature, and I can track what they're annotating, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Same thing, I can track the features and activities. So for each of these Newsela articles, they have created a writing prompt and then a 4-question quiz, just based off of reading comprehension sort of a thing. And it's, like I said, unique to every single article that's here. Okay, so those features come on every article. But how do I find the article that's right for me and for my students? This search area I think is really phenomenal. They do a really great job of collecting information. So I'm going to search for 1984, whether it be the book or the specific time. You can search on any sort of subject matter. You could search on a standard if that would be helpful to you. And then you can see that I have a bunch of different articles that have populated here. These search filters help me narrow it down to say, okay, I only want the ones that are available for maybe these grades. Maybe I want something that can go beyond or through different grades. I can add more filters to it. I can do suggested for high school. For example, I can filter through these different articles. But what I think is even better is that when you search for something here, you also can see this feature called text sets. So you can see here I have the option to click on this and it'll show me 32 different articles that are all grouped together. So a text set is essentially just articles that have been grouped together. So anywhere from 6 articles to, that was pretty large up here, 32, that was good. But let's say that this is the one that I'm really interested in. This is the one that I think could have some potential for my class and be useful. You can see it's already been created. I have the dates that it's been modified, created and modified. It gives me an outline of essential questions that this person used, instructions, different resources can be tagged to this. Gives me an idea of the instructional grade level and how it's being used, as well as the different standards that it helps with as well, and estimated time. So not all of them are as detailed as this one, but this is a good example of all of the resources that can come along with the grouping of the different articles or the different texts in the text sets. So let's say that I find this and I think that it's really great and I want to use this and assign it to my students. All I have to do is come back up to the top of the assignment. I can say create assignment or add to an assignment. Maybe we're doing something greater. Maybe if I just wanted an article here, I could add that to one of my assignments or create an assignment with that alone. Okay. But I want to show you how to do that with the entire text set. So I'm going to say create an assignment. And then here I can manipulate what the title of this assignment is. Okay. I can, again, just tailoring it for my class. I can select a class for this to appear in. I could select multiple classes for this to appear in. And then I can change this, adjust this level. So maybe I want to lock this at a certain Lexile level so I don't have one of my 12th grade students taking the level all the way down to that for a 5th grader. I can go in and make sure that I lock it at a certain level and then confirm that it's been locked there. I think that's really helpful. And then here I can have my own instructions. I can use the instructions that have already been created. And then I even have the ability to manipulate the order of the different articles. So maybe in my instructions, I want them to read a certain article before another one because I think that they have things that are similar or different, whatever my case may be. Or maybe I just don't really like certain articles in here. I don't think that they're useful. I can click this remove button here and remove it from the text set. Okay, remove it, move these different things around here. Okay, so I've created this. I feel good about it. I'm then going to say that I want to assign it. So my assignment has been created. This is another just example one, but you can see that for my one class, I have 16 students, and my other one I have 18, so I can see how many students have viewed it. And then I can also see the reading summary. Okay, and I don't have to go through the whole search and getting to a text set and everything like that to be able to get to reading summary. All that I would have to do regularly is just click the assignments button, which is going to take me back to the exact same screen that you saw before. So don't feel that, oh, I created this text set, but I don't know how my kids are doing. You click assignments, it'll show you the different assignments that were added, and then you can go over to reading summary to see how your students are doing with that assignment. So you can see here, I don't want to share too much information about different students, but you can see that you can sort by the student alphabetically, if that's helpful. You can sort by their reading level, again, tracking and making sure that students are reading at an appropriate level for them. The articles that they viewed. So if you just say, okay, go on and go to the news section and choose anything under politics, let's say, you can see what articles they viewed, how much time they're spending in those articles, the quiz grades, the writing score that they're getting, and then the different number of annotations that they're getting per article. So this is a really helpful tool, and like I said, all of this is searchable, so I can change the students based off of different factors like that, and specifically look within different classes to see how they're doing. I can download that data as well if I were to need it or talk to students about it, what have you. Okay, so really great resource for us as teachers, but then also students as well. You can see that there are a couple of things I haven't talked about, like this distance learning tab in the Educator Center. This is something that Newsela has put together, both of these different things. They've put those different resources together to be able to help you as educators feel like you have different tools to use, different ideas and things like that. It's a space to be able to share ideas using this tool. So that is all I have. I hope that this video was helpful, that you understand a little bit more, and that if you have any questions about this, you can feel free to reach out and let me know. Thanks.